A rite of passage is a tradition seen around the globe in some form or another, marking a transition from adolescence to adulthood. We have many of our own examples of these traditions in the West, such as quinceañeras or sweet 16s, but instead we're just going to briefly look at two cultures outside of our own. The first one is the Satere Mawe tribe of the Amazon, and these young men are going to collect bullet ants. These ants have a sting that is 20 times worse than that of a bee, and the pain lasts for 24 hours. These ants are then going to be soaked in an herbal brew, and this brew will render them unconscious for several hours, just about long enough for them to weave them intricately into this gauntlet here. It doesn't look quite like a glove yet. It comes with a special holder, a ceremonial holder, if you will. And when these ants awaken, a youth from the village will then offer his hands up if he wants to take the test, and he must wear these gloves for 10 minutes. The only thing that will take his mind off the pain will be his fellow tribe mates leading him in a dance. By the time these gloves come off, their hands essentially feel like numb, useless stumps. And again, this lasts for up to 24 hours. When the village chief was asked about this sort of ceremony, his response was, "A life without having suffered to achieve something isn't a life worth living." On the other hand, we have the Vanuatu, and their coming of age ceremony. It's something you honestly have to see rather than read about. In time for their yam harvest, they will climb up to 100-foot tower and proceed to dive off of it. Youngsters can jump from a much lower height, but this is their coming of age ceremony. It is a sacrificial offering of themselves to the gods for a bountiful yam harvest. There are a few other stories that have circulated about how this originally came to be, but none of them have been verified. One of them involved a woman being abused, climbing a tree to escape her husband. And when the husband chased her up a tree, she then jumped from the tree, and the husband jumped as well. But the woman had vines tied to her legs, and this is supposed to honor that memory. This, the sheer fact that they can do this with none of our modern equipment, it's something to behold. It really is. It's astounding.